Kids to bed, dad's home. We are the DWO podcast representing the Dad World Order somewhere. I am the pretty face papa himself, Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin. Sultry tonight. And with me, as always, my dad team partner, the big rig, Eric Murphy. What's up, big fella?
What's happening? Well, as Mr. Magnificent said, I am Big Rig Eric Maffey. That is Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin. And we have with us today a guest. You've seen him on Revolver, GCW, MLW. Gosh darn it, I'm probably forgetting promotions, but I've seen you all over the place. Mr. One Called Manders. How are you, sir?
Y'all? What's up, y'all? That introduction was sick.
Hey.
Thank you.
Well, we have to ask the first and most important question that we asked all our guests. How the heck are you, man?
Dude, I'm pretty good right now, I guess. I'm sitting here. I got my Merle Haggard hat on. I wore it just for this podcast because I got it the other day, and I got a fat lip of Copenhagen wintergreen. So we're rocking and rolling.
Man, I miss that. I used to dip all the time. I miss it.
It's probably not good for me, but I can think of a lot of other words.
Neither is Taco Bell, but here we are.
Yeah.
I digress. So yeah, man. We've been trying to get this thing going for a little bit. We've seen you a couple Revolver shows and everything, and obviously you're wrestling quite a bit, but we finally got it nailed down. So
I know, I was excited. I was like,
I'm happy. I'm happy too.
Yes.
Yeah. I like we were gonna do it like that one day, like a couple weeks ago, or it might have been a month ago now. And then like something with the stream, I guess, went down, right? Or like some camera
stream went down. And then we tried to do it again. Yeah.
And then it just didn't work. And I was like, fuck, man. I was like,
finally
we're gonna make this work. And then
absolutely.
Well, we appreciate the hell out of it, man.
Hey, likewise. Right back at you.
But yeah, I mean, obviously I'll start off by saying I was not super privy to indie wrestling until about, I would say, like 2 years ago. I started watching. I was a Laps fan for a long time, so started watching AEW is what got me back into it, and then seeing all these guys. They would reference all these indies, PWG, and everything, and I'm like, well, I'm enjoying this, so I may as well check that out. And then I discovered, all the people in Impact, and Revolver would pop up, and GCW and everything, and man, it's just been an absolutely fun ride. So I guess my question would be, where, when, and where did you get started in the wrestling business?
So yesterday was like my 6-year anniversary, which I didn't realize till.
Congrats.
I think I saw it on Twitter somewhere that it popped up, or on my Facebook or something, and I was like, oh shit, it's been 6 years. God damn. All right. And then so I started back in 2017 around this time. I was trained by Seth Rollins and Merrick Brave in Davenport, Iowa, at the Black and Brave school, which was sick. I was finishing up football at Iowa and finishing up just being a college kid at Iowa, and I was like working out. I think it was like some finals, like my junior year, going to my senior year, something like that. Mm-hmm. And Big E was there because he played at Iowa, and
hell yeah,
he didn't play when I was there. He played way before me. He's old, so.
We don't throw that word around here.
Yeah, I know.
Mike's
sensitive to that.
Mike's the old one of the bunch.
The old dad. Oh shit. So he was there because like we had like this like sick new facility at the time. It was like it's like 40,000 square feet. Like
wow.
Yeah, state of the art like D1 fucking gym, right? And I think like WWE had like a SmackDown or something in like Des Moines. So it's like on the way from Iowa City, and my strength coach at the time was like, hey, Big E's gonna be here if you like want to say what's up to him. He was like, just get a workout in and he'll come in or whatever. And I was like, okay. So I came and like shot the shit with him, and he was like, there's Seth Rollins has like a training school in Davenport, which Davenport to Iowa City, you just take 80 and it's like 45 minutes.
Okay.
And that's like that like when I was like trying, like I knew I wanted to be a wrestler because like I wasn't that good at football. Like I was good, obviously, but I wasn't like, I wasn't gonna be like George or
Yeah.
like all
Now,
those
did you
guys.
you played with George, right?
I did play with George. Yes,
Okay. All right.
we were roommates.
Really?
Yeah, my junior senior year. So
Wow, I didn't know
yeah,
that. That's awesome.
so yeah, like it just kind of like when Big E like kind of like said the approval of that. Like it could have been Joe Blow that was
Right.
45 minutes away. Like the fact that instead of me like going to like Lance Storm School, like nothing wrong with those places, but like because it was like in the state and it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
like expensive and all that stuff, I was like, this is it. This is the
Yeah.
one.
Perfect.
So we did that.
By
Wild.
a fellow Iowan.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
What is that? Is it Iowan or Iowan?
It's Iowan, yes.
Iowan. Okay.
Yeah.
Iowanite.
That's dope. You should petition.
So yeah, I since you brought up George, I just got to say, man, that clothesline, that lariat he threw at WrestleMania looked awfully familiar.
Awfully familiar, right?
Dude, we totally pop for that. He shows me. He's like Manders is there. Manders is there.
So they were like, he didn't tell me till like 2 matches before it was about to happen.
Yeah.
So he like during the Mania, he like disappeared. He was like, "Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom." But like, what he was doing was he went backstage. They got him backstage to like kind of talk about like what they're about to do, not the
Right.
kayfabe of it, but. And he came back and he goes, "So Steve, I've been meaning to tell you this, but I've been trying to keep it a secret." he's like, "I'm about to do something and with the Miz and Pat McAfee," and I was like, "Shut the fuck up." And he was like, "Yeah," he's like, I'm gonna throw a clothesline because you throw one," and I was like, "Sick." And then he's like, "Any tips?" I was like, "Hey, just like make an L and look like you're about to, knock on the door and just cut somebody's head off, man." And he sure did, dude. So that was sick.
I'll tell you what, it looked good.
It looked good, man.
I've seen some bad clotheslines. I've seen some bad right hooks. I mean,
somebody said it looked better than Gronk. I don't know who said that.
Oh shit.
But no, that was cool, man. That was really cool. I had no idea. I mean, I knew you played football at Iowa. I didn't realize you guys were roommates. So that's really cool.
Yeah, man.
Being able to share that with him, that had to be awesome.
We were kind of wild, but he was like the wild child, and I was telling Mike earlier, like around like 2015, I feel like is when that's when like the network started, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that, somewhere around there. And it was like in the summer, and like after workouts and shit, I would, I'd go watch wrestling like on the network because that was cool, right? Because like the fact that was a thing,
you had everything on there.
Yeah, like the on-demand thing in the past decade has been the way you watch TV, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I just was just rolling through them, and then like I worked out at like 5 a.m. He worked out like a little later, in the summer, and he would come in and I'd be watching or whatever, and he'd be like, "How the hell are you watching this?" And I was like, "Dude, WWE has like a whole network," and then we would sit down and watch, and then it kind of really made him like really fall in love with it, and I guess it made me fall in love with it as well again, because there was like when I was I think right around high school, I stopped watching like wrestling and WWE because I was too busy worried about girls and football and
I get it.
Being a high school kid, so yeah, pretty wild, man. A wild ride.
I secretly wanted him to wear his Penta mask really bad, but
he just pulls it out of nowhere, just slaps it on, and delivers a killer clothesline.
Might have been a little too Forbidden Door for.
It would have been sick though.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, I bet. Like,
can you imagine the headlines he would have made? Oh, he's wearing Penta's mask at WrestleMania.
Oh, sure. Well, apparently he was supposed to do. Whenever AEW did like San Francisco, like not too long ago, he was supposed to do like a match with Penta. I don't know if it was the actual match, but like he was supposed to do something with Penta.
That'd have been cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
But like he in the off season, he doesn't live in San Fran because fucking California expensive.
Well,
so,
yeah, right.
Yeah,
he lives in Nashville, and it's cheaper there. And fucking Nashville's sick, so
yeah.
That's where he lives in the summer, and I guess in the off season would be the better word. And I guess it just couldn't work, so they never did it.
Huh?
That would have been tight, though.
No, I mean I remember him coming out, like Penta coming out with the San Fran mask on and everything. That was super cool. So
can I just say that I really like the way you like give directions like a good old boy. Like it was like, yeah, man, you just get down 80 for about 45 minutes. Shit, it's just right there.
I guess that's what we can both relate, right?
Go on down the big old ash tree, take a left. Yeah. No, I get it, dude.
Sounds like somebody I know.
That's like us, man. Like, man, about 10 minutes down Dixie Highway, go on down, take a left to McDonald's. Man, there's like 7 McDonald's on Dixie Highway. Which one you talking about?
The 6th one.
I want it to open all night.
Yeah, the one. You know what one. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You know what I love about Kentucky?
What's that?
They got some good ass country music boys.
Yeah.
Dude, like Sturgill Simpson.
Yes.
Tyler Childers.
Tyler. Yep.
Like there's way more than just those two. But
Stapleton.
Stapleton.
Keith Whitley, man.
Yeah, Keith, exactly. Like
Dwight Yoakam.
Those are like those are all the people I listen to. So so there you go. Kudos on that.
No, I'm actually originally from Ohio, so don't hate me on that one. But I moved down here in about 2015.
He's got a Kentucky tattoo, so he's
I do.
He's
never going back, baby.
Got
the whole state on there.
That's
honorary Kentuckyite.
I got mine too. Fucking.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, American flag.
Hell yeah. So I really wanted to ask how, because I don't follow MLW a ton, but just on social media I'll see stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
How did that all get? Was it like Manser got in and then they were like, we won all 3 of you, or because it seemed like it was just him at first, or was it like we won all 3 of you, but we're gonna start out with Manser?
So,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. So I'll give you the rundown. It was like, so Manser was like actually signed to MLW like 2017, 18, I think.
Okay.
Maybe 19. I can't remember. It was around there though.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, we all saw each other in like IWA Mid South and like AIW and like CZW and like a bunch of stuff like that. Like me, him, and Justice. And I think like then we started becoming a group right through the years, like as like friends in the back. We were kind of like Bone Street Crew, because that's kind of where SGC comes from. And I think during the pandemic they started turning like, hey, like what if we actually made this on camera? And we were like, fuck it, that sounds sick, let's do it. Yeah. So like as that was all happening, like his MLW contract was like about to expire, and then that's when he like hurt his leg. So then fast forward after all that, when he like finally got healthy and came back, he went back to MLW, but I don't think he signed a contract. And then I guess I'm sure he said something. I'm sure he said something to court and whatever. And I like posted a date like, hey, like this date I'm open, like, and then all of a sudden I guess him and maybe Sammy, I guess Court must have said something to them, or they must have said something to Court, and then Court just hit me up and then was like, hey, you wanna do MLW? And then I was like, fuck yeah, sure. Absolutely. and then he picked, like, bringing all of us in and everything, and then all of a sudden the wheels just started rolling. So that's kind of how it all happened. So I guess there was a combo of like, I said something on Twitter, and then that's how that happened, which is crazy. And but I think also too, like they probably like knew who I was, but I'm sure like Manson, Sammy, and a couple people kind of were like, yeah, dude, like Manders is a good guy and he's a good wrestler. So whatever the fuck they said. So
Right.
yeah, it's kind of sick. So that's kind of how it all happened. And,
Tough as nails.
Yeah, probably. Probably Sammy probably was like, man, he's a tough as nails kid. Like that. Like the Sammy boys.
I love Sammy and just the way if he has a microphone in his hand, he is screaming into that thing the entire time, and it makes me so happy.
Dude, he rules, man. So after like I trained wrestling in Iowa and stuff, there was a time, because I was doing Mid-South a lot, and that would be like on Thursdays in Jeffersonville, Indiana, or Memphis, Indiana, like kind of near Louisville. And then at the time we were starting to meet all these people, right? So I met like Sammy and like OVE and like the Rascals and like Larry D and I mean the list goes on and on and on.
Right.
Sammy was talking about, he has a show called Rockstar, which it was at the time was in Dayton, and they ran on Wednesdays. So I'm like, oh shit, like I can do Wednesday, Thursdays, and then like
have the weekend,
and then like get the weekend too, and like being a kid a year or two in, that's like that's like a God sentence, like
consistent work, brother. That's for us too.
in the old days, like that was like the thing, right? So then like in modern wrestling, it's really not a thing, really. I guess it is in some cases, but it's not like how it was back then, where it was everywhere. And I kind of was like kept doing like those Rockstar shows, and then Sammy made some idea. He was like, "What if you like came train with me or whatever for like a year, and like lived in Dayton, Ohio?" So that's kind of how like I started doing that, and then that's how I started doing Revolver. And then Sammy's brother Howard lives in Iowa, and that's why they do Iowa and Ohio.
As I say, is that
so that's the Iowa connection?
Yeah, we've been pondering that for a while. Like I had no idea.
His brother is like a straight up military ex-Marine badass.
Okay,
and,
just like Sammy.
Yeah, and it just I guess just me being an Iowa kid and like all that, it's kind of it all just makes sense. And then that's kind of how like I started doing Revolver, was just helping out and shit and living there, and then training with him. And so like I'm learning other things, maybe more indie wrestling stuff versus like this is like the basics of wrestling for like WWE and everything, and then just kind of just blend it all together, and then fuck, here we are.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I gotta admit, like honestly, like the first Revolver show I saw you, it was the first time I ever actually had saw you, and Big Rig had filled me in, kind of the SJW thing and all that, and but that's what I like about like the shows is like I'm okay going into a show where I don't know anybody. This is an opportunity for people to sell me a ticket, dude. And like I became a fan instantly, dude. Like love your style, I mean, just it's you got the total package, man. So
yeah, I appreciate it. Trying over here.
Man,
that's all we can do.
That's all we can do.
No, we definitely want to try to like get out to a GCW show that you guys are at. Obviously, those are usually more like East Coast and stuff. I know there's one in Columbus.
That's what I was gonna say. May 21st is one.
But I'm gonna have my daughter with me on that one, and Revolver's about the peak of what I'm gonna bring her to. GCW is not really her level yet. She's 7, so
yeah, I feel that. Shoot, man, there's some people sometimes they'll bring their kids and whatever, and like they just love Nick Gage, and it's crazy. It's awesome.
I mean, the last one we were at that you guys wrestled, which we'll talk about that match in a minute because I want to get your thoughts on it. Was you guys versus Rascals. But Mike loves this story. I love this story. So I'm standing there holding my 7-year-old daughter. Justice is up on the scaffold, about to jump off, and I have a video of it. You can hear, and she just leans over to me and she was like, "If his mother knew he was up there," and it was the funniest, dude.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, like if I'm telling you, if we can ever get like all 3 of you on here at some point, or like individually, whatever, I want to tell him that story so bad because I think that he would love it. But
Absolutely, he would love it. He would
dude,
laugh hard.
just a little 7-year-old girl, like she's sitting there cheering. You guys are bleeding all over the place and everything, but man, you get up on that. If his mother knew he was up there, oh, so funny.
That's great.
That,
That's
that
great.
was hands down the best like crowd experience I've ever had at a wrestling event ever.
Absolutely.
That entrance chant, man, that just continued to go on. I was like,
what they go on for like 5 minutes?
Yeah, it felt like an eternity, but it felt organic and it didn't feel forced. And it just, I think it kind of came in a wave. It would like kind of get real high, then dip down, and then come back. And it was just awesome.
I was mind blown that
Yuta was out. Yuta was out standing on a chair behind me watching your match.
Oh, that's even better. Those guys.
No, Mike's got a picture of him just cheesing, and he's got Yuta in the background. And my daughter taps me on the shoulder, and I'm like, "What?" She was like, "Daddy, look over there." And I look, and Yuta's he's just chilling. He's like, obviously I'm gonna watch."
I thought you guys said the unit.
Oh no, Yuta. Wheeler Yuta was out there.
Yuta, stupid. We used to call him stupid sexy Utes. Wheeler Yuta rules. He's like one of my favorite people. I have a funny story with him. It was the GCW show, like House of Independence in like 2019 or whatever. And it was like my first ever like East Coast loop. And after the show, or after our matches or whatever, Wheeler had like some edibles, and I am not an edible person at all. Like I just want to drink and put my lip in. And, right. I don't remember how much it was, but I took some, and I was so fucked. I don't remember I was just on cloud 7 or 9 or 100 or whatever the hell it was, and I was just giggling so hard, and Wheeler that's my funny story with him. I was just I was so out of it. I don't even remember the match or anything or any of the matches at all. And it was
right.
It was sick.
Hey, the stuff works.
It does. After that, though, I was like, I think I'm not going to do this for a while.
Yeah, no.
Literature glaucoma right up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheered.
I'm like you, man. I stick to my beer or my whiskey, and I'm good to go.
Yeah,
that's all I need.
I'm good.
Thank you.
Man. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Mike is a fan of vitamins.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I said vitamins.
Take your vitamins, brother.
That's right.
Shit. That equals
but
out.
Yeah, I just we don't have to recap the whole match, but just what you guys as a crew, and I guess you specifically, what was that feeling going into the match and coming out of it? Was it just a holy crap that just happened, or just was there anytime you're we could have done this better or whatever, or you're just no, that was great?
I always and Justice and Mance do this a lot, so this is probably where I really get it from. A lot of the times, right? Obviously, as a wrestler or performer or whatever you're doing, you want to be better. So every match we do, we always talk about how can we structurally make it better, or how do the moves make better? How can we get the crowd up here and then the crowd down here? Every end of the every direction you can think of, we think of those kind of things. And because of Justice and Mance, because they've been wrestling forever, way longer than me. Justice has been wrestling for 17 years. He used to be in the, before it was called NXT, he was in FC
Florida. He was in Florida Championship, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was there, okay. And dude's been traveling a lot, and and that's kind of what we are. We're highwaymen, but going into the match, I knew it was gonna be sick because like I was saying earlier, we met all those guys, at Rockstar and IWA, and and the Rascals are sick, right?
Yes.
And I lived with Zach, I lived with Trey, I lived with Myron, I lived with those guys before, and they're awesome dudes, and we just knew that was like the dream match for like trios that we wanted to do, and I know they wanted to do it with us.
Mm-hmm.
So like we were super like excited about it, and I didn't know structurally how the match was gonna go. I didn't think it would be that crazy because I didn't think they would be able, like, not that they wouldn't be able to do it. I just didn't think, because that's not their style, you know.
Right.
Yeah, they're flippy floppers.
Yeah, flippy floppers. Yeah, flippy
As
floppers.
Braun Strowman would say, I'm so over, bro.
So over. Dude, did you hear? Speaking of that, did you hear Sami Zayn's impression of him?
No, is it hilarious?
Oh my god! I'll send it to you. I'll send it.
It's please. Oh, I love it.
Spot on. It's so good.
I bet it is. I bet it is.
Did you hear my music out there tonight? It was so over. Like, dude, Sammy does it better, and that's what makes it awesome.
Oh, fuck, that's great.
Anyway, just
I want to say, like, with a match like that, you know, which is not, you know, something that is, I don't say extreme, like that type of match. Like, is a lot of that called like on the spot? Is it like, how do you actually put together a match like that? That's like, something that feels so, to us as a fan, chaotic.
Yeah, it's kind of a mix of both, right? We'll have like a blueprint of like what we want, and like obviously like in matches, like you have to like, you start small and then you build your way up to the climax of the finish, right? So like we structured it in that way, but a lot of the in betweens and stuff was kind of just off the cusp, you know, like just how we feel in the moment. And like we didn't expect to walk out and have a 5-minute chant for the Rascals and SGC. That was like that was like, you know, insane. It was insane. It was like the biggest high you could probably ever get as a performer, like having stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, after the match, man, like we were like trying to think of like things we could have done better, but at the end of the day, I was like, does it really matter? Because like that match was sick. Like who cares?
We loved it. Yeah,
we still talk about it. So
that's it's awesome. Like then that's what like you're supposed to be as a wrestler, like having moments like that where fans still talk about it.
Like
you know,
we were talking about like once the card got laid out and it was that trios match, we're like, oh boy. Oh boy, because we had seen you guys in singles and tag teams and stuff like that, but seeing kind of the whole crew versus their whole crew.
Yeah,
and I mean, you guys not only lived up to the hype, you guys, like I said, you guys tore the damn house down that night.
It was awesome. I never thought I would be a tag team guy, you know, but like I always thought tag team wrestling was sick, and then you know, you fast forward through all your times and what you do, and then who you become friends with and everything, and we're all brothers, and like it's fucking awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's, you know, it's all part of, you know, just another, you know, portion of learning the business. But I mean, look at someone like Steve Macklin. I mean, he was traditionally a tag team wrestler, most known for being a tag team wrestler for how long, and now the dude's great singles run.
I feel like, I believe like if you can understand tag team wrestling or like multi-man, like 6-mans or like even scrambles and all that stuff, I totally think like that helps you like be a singles wrestler. I believe. And yeah, man, that match was sick.
Now, does that almost like make you, like it makes you more patient as a wrestler? Because obviously 100%. There's like there's spots where you gotta, you know, okay, I gotta maybe sell here a little longer than I'm used to, so that kind of translates to being a singles guy where, okay, I don't have to speed through this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like, you know, one of the first things I was taught was, you know, what was the saying? It was
I know what Mike wants to say right now.
It was basically something like it's not about the speed. Like smooth is fast. That's what it was. Smooth is fast, right? Sometimes like you know, and you guys are big fans too. You can figure out like guys who haven't probably been wrestling very long, and they're really speeding it up, but they're speeding it up to the point where it like doesn't look that good, for lack of a better word. And when you watch like the guys on TV or like maybe it's just some dudes that are on the indies that are really 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 fucking good, they look like they look fast, but really in reality they're so smooth with it because they've done it.
They're agile with it, yeah.
They've just done it. It's like a rep thing, you know. And I've had probably about like close to 1,000 matches at this point, which is not a lot, but at the same time, it is.
Sounds like a lot.
It is a lot, but
to a person, me, who has never taken a single bump in his life aside from like falling off the couch when I'm sleeping, that's a lot of matches. So kudos on that, sir.
So,
and he can still slang some mortar.
Yeah.
if need be.
Hell yeah.
So I mean, what's your kind of schedule like now, man? I mean, how many nights in a row do you actually perform?
Lately, it's been like at least 3 a week. 3 a week.
Would you is that like consider that full time?
I don't really know, to be honest. I would say so, because like not many. It's hard to get like a big loop in wrestling now. It's not like the old days where like you could literally wrestle every night, or
because you're wrestling a territory. You're all over. Yeah, you're traveling like crazy.
Like what it is now, it's like you can get some like loops that are close. Like for example, like next week, like I have like a St. Louis show, and then GCW's in St. Louis, and then they're in Evansville, which is like 2.5 hours from St. Louis.
Okay.
So that would be like a territory loop.
Yeah.
But like sometimes, like one day I'll be in Jersey, and then the next day I got to go fly to LA or California, and then the next day I got to like fly to Texas and then go home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like I would say 3. If you're wrestling 3 times a week on a consistent basis, that's pretty fucking good, I think.
And I feel like that kind of makes it hard to have like a full-time job too. Like that's pretty committed.
It's hard, like especially for like my job. Like I do a lot of manual labor and like like carpentry and like house building and stuff like that, and building barns and stuff, and that shit's hard. Luckily I have a job that they know what I do and they think it's cool, and they're like, hey dude, like as long as you put your 8 hours in, a day, Monday through Thursday or whatever, if you can be here, man, that's cool. So sometimes it's longer than 8. Sometimes it might be 10 or 12.
Just let us know when you can get that fireplace done, dog.
That's basically my schedule right now. Like I pick up my daughter, certain days from school, and there's days I got to leave early, but like tonight, like normally I work like a 9 to 6.
Yeah,
but I stayed till 8 tonight because I got to make up those hours and stuff. So I get it.
And he also still leave early Thursday for a Revolver show.
Yeah. Damn you, Sammy!
Hey, you got
money out of my pocket.
I say, speaking of Sammy,
doing more Thursday shows lately.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, right. Some people have jobs, Sammy.
I know, dude.
I thought it was so cool though. Our first Revolver show, like we checked in, like our tickets and stuff like that, and like not even really paying attention to who we're talking to, and like scanned our tickets or whatnot. And like we got past, and people started asking for autograph. We look back like, holy shit, that's Sammy Callahan working the door.
Yeah,
I know him. I've seen him before.
He's a worker, man.
I just thought that was so cool, man. Like that's
jack of all trades.
That's why I love indie wrestling, man. It's just that's that intimate experience you don't get when you go to a Monday Night Raw or a Dynamite.
Absolutely. And he makes all the graphics. He books the talent. Like I mean, like Phil helps out. Like a bunch of other people help out too. But like, if there was
his brainchild, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. And like if Sammy wasn't doing all that stuff, there probably wouldn't be a Revolver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
like we just had Roland on here not too long ago. Tusslemania
rolls, dude.
And we had just a great conversation with him, which we'll be hitting him up on Thursday when we get up there. But just you could tell like the passion he had for it, and you can tell that translated into like what Sammy and Jess and all them have for it. It makes it like, obviously we're not part of the show or anything, but like you feel like you're part of something. And that's a really cool thing.
And that's one thing he did talk about with Revolver though, was just how just kind of felt that backstage felt almost like family.
Yeah, I 100%. I agree. Yeah, it is.
And what more can you ask for when you go to work per se.
Yeah.
And it's, working with people you enjoy working with, cool ass people, consider them, extended family. Kind of like us.
That's why I work with this guy now.
Us.
Boom.
Oh, that was sick.
All right, I got like 2 more questions before we wrap this up. I don't know how many Mike has, but I have. Do you have a favorite opponent or opponents? I don't know if you enjoy the singles more or the trios more. Doesn't have to be a match, just like guys or guys, women, whatever, that you're just like, God, we love wrestling against them.
Well, I definitely like both. I definitely like doing trios with my boys.
You can do both of them. That's fine.
Yeah, and I definitely like doing singles too. Who do I like working? Oh, you put me on the spot, and I'm like,
that's why we're doing it, man.
I know.
I got you. Hold on. Do you like to fish?
They're okay.
No, do you like to fish?
Oh, to fish, yes. I thought you meant like fish the band.
Oh, man, yeah. Yeah, they're okay. I'm with you on that one. Sorry. You like to fish. You seem like you like to fish.
Yes,
do you know what you call a fish without an eye?
What?
Fish.
We got dad jokes, baby.
Yeah, we got dad jokes. I was hoping I'd hear one. That's good.
We got him on deck, buddy.
I like so.
I got a whole book.
There's a guy. His name's Graham Bell. He's like an Oklahoma kid.
Alexander?
No.
No, he did not invent the telephone.
Okay.
He's been wrestling for like a while, and when I was first starting, I was always in a fucking multi-man with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like always, like any 6-man of like indie show, like we were on it.
Okay.
It was like us two and like Warhorse.
Oh,
yeah.
And
ruled our ass.
Eventually, over time, we started doing single matches. Like we would do like pre-shows together, and then we obviously were on shows together. I've wrestled Graham probably in at least like 8 to 10 states.
Wow.
And like he's a guy that, like he makes his rounds. He's a highwayman just like us, and like I wish he'd get more notoriety, but for some reason he doesn't, and for lack of a better word. And we had this every time we wrestle, we just have like a killer match, like something about like us just hitting each other hard, not like unsafely or anything, but like just very snug, and like that's the kind of shit I like because it makes it feel real and everything.
Like that triple threat at WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly. What was it? Benoit, Guerrero, and Triple H? Is that the one you're thinking of?
No, I'm talking about the one that happened on Sunday.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Went through Sheamus. And
I forgot about that one. Yes, Walter, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus.
Yeah, Sheamus.
Yeah, like very matches like that. Exactly. And,
I love that, dude. That's that was that European style they consider that, where it's
like that mixed with like it almost is like a King's Road, like
right
European, like brawler-esque type of matches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess. So like we always just had those, and it was just like always good, and it was just he's great, and I guess to add with him, like Warhorse is another guy where like I always did like scramble matches with him, and then like over time we started doing matches where like me and him had a match at Beyond for when he was IWTV champion, and like we just had a bunch of matches, and like they were just always killer. I don't know what it was. I'm thinking of people that are like maybe you guys wouldn't know or wouldn't expect with those guys.
No, that's cool, and that's what like Mike was saying. Like I'm gonna go look this guy up now because I want to see that stuff. So
literally just Graham Bell. He looks like he counts like Chris Jericho in a way.
Yes.
He looks like Lionheart.
They do. No, he does. For trios, I'm trying to think for trios. Jake Something's another guy. Like I always had like sick matches with, and we did a tag match with him one time. It was me and me and Mance versus Jake and Joey Janela, which was like really random. It was like it was at AAW like just recently. It was just sick. Jordan Oliver's another guy.
Man.
Him and Nick Wayne are sick.
Yep. That's what I love about Revolver, dude. That it made me a fan of so many people that I had never heard of before I stepped foot in that building.
Yeah, man.
And I mean, that tells you the kind of show they put on there, like just giving you guys a chance to showcase. And
Crash Jackson's another guy.
Oh,
yeah,
Crash
whole lot of dude.
That's a whole lot of dude. Just a big teddy bear, man. What a big lovable guy.
He really is.
He had that match.
When that bell rings, he'll fucking knock your head off.
Right. Who was it he faced the last Revolver show we're at, Big Rig? It was
Macklin.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Remember Macklin hit him with a door like 6 times?
Yeah. And then the dude was literally out at his merch table immediately after that. I was like, what are you doing out here? God, that's just.
I thought you were gonna say the last Revolver show, and I was gonna say that guy.
This guy.
And that house fight.
I guess for tags like Effie and Allie, we always for some reason.
I was gonna say if you don't say Effie and Allie, you're nuts. Those are so awesome.
They're like Effie's SGC and like Allie's like kind of like our sister.
Right.
So like every time we go out or whatever, like after a show or even just in our hotel room, just drinking beer, watching, wrestling or whatever the fuck's on TV, they're always around us. So like we've had like countless matches with them, and they've been with like in our matches with us like as a team. So like,
right.
I guess that would be like the tag one where it's like it doesn't matter what we do, it's different all the time because like, Effie and Allie are very like charismatic and they're just different. They're just different. I don't know how to put it.
It's unique. They're unique, man.
That's they're unique.
Beautiful.
One of the greatest tag team entrance songs I've ever heard in my life. Elton John mixed with Megan Thee Stallion or whatever it is. Like, never would have thought of that mashup. But
never thought of that mashup.
Dang it, it works.
It works, man. Those two I would say for tags.
All right, let me fire some quick fire ones at you. All right, favorite. What was your childhood favorite wrestler?
Stone Cold, easily.
Stone Cold. My God.
My second one would be Sting. Those are the two.
Surfer Sting or like Crow Sting?
Crow Sting.
Okay, you're young.
Yes.
Favorite breakfast cereal?
Wheaties.
Really?
Lame, I know.
That's pretty lame.
I like Frosted Mini Wheats, so
Frosted Mini Wheats is probably two.
I like Lucky Charms.
I mean, Lucky Charms fucks.
Yeah, I share with my 15-year-old. we buy the Costco bag and then go ham.
Yes, Costco bag. Yes. Fuck yeah.
What was the last wrestling event you attended as a fan?
I guess WrestleMania.
Oh, dumb question. My bad.
I was going to say, it's
not a dumb question.
Well, it was a good question, but I'm out of whatever. Screw you guys.
Okay. Let me ask this one. Do you still watch any of the product as a fan, or is it kind of like you just catch what you can?
It's definitely more catch as I catch what I can. The only wrestling like I will seek and watch it is like old school stuff, like NWA or Mid South or like World Class or like All Japan from like the 80s and 90s. Those are like matches like I'll actually watch like as a fan.
You talk about the network, dude. We got, and I told you we have our like vintage nights, but we went back and watched Ric Flair and Harley Race, and Ric Flair wins with a crossbody.
Yeah, and crossbodies like in people's shines now.
Yeah, right. Crazy, so it's like it's amazing to watch that and just watching like how far the industry has progressed.
Well, yeah, I mean Jake the Snake used to win with a DDT.
Yeah,
but not any DDT. First of all, dude invented the DDT.
on accident.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That A&E documentary is crazy.
Thank
so
you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Dude, I am a huge fanboy of those documentaries. I am so looking forward to Dusty coming on Sunday.
Yeah, same. Me too.
Those are great, man. Like,
what was the other one we watched? Greg the Hammer and Roddy.
Oh,
Piper,
Roddy
the dog collar.
The Roddy. Oh yeah, that match is sick.
Yes,
it's like one of the best dog collars.
Beating his ear in. Oh my god.
Just that. He focused on that ear for like, he said it was like the length of the feud too. He just pounded that ear.
So sick,
dude. That's God.
Yeah, Greg
ear hurt so bad.
Underrated, I feel like.
Well, it was that A&E documentary on Piper that made me brought that back in my head. It was like, dude, I need to go back and watch that match.
I think it's Portland, right? Is when they do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Piper in Portland.
Dude, Piper rules, dude.
Absolutely. It is making me like a bigger fan of all this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do have to say, so I guess this will be my last question. Do you do a lot of the intergender stuff? Do you like enjoy it, or just kind of like, are you picky about who your opponent is with that? Because like I'm still kind of new to that whole thing, and like there's some that I'm like, wow, that was awesome, and there's others that I'm like, I don't know if we really should have done that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. There's some that I've seen, and I'm just like, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
And then I'll see some like one that comes to mind for me that like was like, holy fuck, it was Revolver. It was a Revolver Mania show. I'm trying to remember where it was. I don't know if it was Louisiana for New Orleans or it was Florida, but they did a match where it was RSP versus Tessa Blanchard, and it was like out of this world insane. Like they did like a top rope Canadian.
Oh my god!
All this shit. Like it was just a sick match.
Yeah.
It's you gotta like balance that what feels believable, because they're you have women like Allie, like you said, and Jessica, like they put on good enough matches that you feel it's they can contend.
I'll tell you who's really good, Adam, and I saw it. It was she was picking up a guy very similar to you, Trisha Dora. She planted dude right on his head, held him up in the air for about 10-20 seconds beforehand, and then just planted him right on his head. That was
oh, you son of a bitch.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. Dude, that was awesome. I'm gonna Chris Farley moment for a second. You remember that? That was awesome.
That match was sick. I was gonna say I had a match intergender recently. It was me versus Trish, and it was at Beyond, and it was fucking awesome. I enjoyed it. And she held me up there like that, and I did not expect it. I didn't realize she, like, on the GIF or on the video, she, like, looks at Hardcam and just does, like, a wink tongue out. And I was like, she's fucking gold.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Knowing that shot.
Rules.
I love, like, those are, like, my favorite women's wrestlers, like Trish, Willow. Mike will tell you I love Willow to death. Like, the girls that just go out there and just absolutely can just beat the shit out of anybody like that.
Yeah.
We're both dads of daughters, so we're both advocates for the women's division. So
yeah.
I saw Willow like I think Friday in LA, and I said hello to her and everything, and she was like, "When are we gonna work?" And I was like,
did she smile at you?
I
Because
was
that smile is
$1
million.
I like smirked back, and I was like, I don't know, you tell me. So,
name a date, baby.
name a date. We'll figure it out. Because she does a Dr. Bomb, and I do a Dr. Bomb too. And
Sammy Bucket.
Very similar. Yeah, Sammy Bucket. We have very similar movesets, so that one would be pretty sweet.
Dude, and her Dr. Bomb is sick. Not saying yours isn't it. Her Dr. Bomb is awesome. Like, yes. I was telling Mike that, and Mike was telling me, like, she always puts, like, a little bit extra on every one of her moves, and it just, it looks so, like, that pounce, the even her crossbody, and then I don't know.
Yeah,
I love her. She's awesome.
There's something about it. Yeah, she's sick.
And she's coming to Squared Circle Expo
on Saturday. We will be there.
Yeah, that's tight.
Well, yeah, I'm sure I'll think of about 7 million questions after we get off of here. But you're always welcome back on.
Open invitation to the Dad Den, my friend.
Dude, hell
absolutely.
Yeah! I need to bring whiskey with me next time.
Ah, you don't need to bring any whiskey to this house, brother.
Well, hey, I'm gonna drink that Buffalo Trace with you. Let's get weird.
We'll start there.
The Buffalo Trace is mid shelf in his basement.
Man.
Come on.
No, I'm just saying that's the kind of good stuff he's got.
God damn.
Magnificent.
But yeah, that's the best part about living 45 minutes away from Buffalo Trace Distillery is you can just
no kidding. God damn.
right down the road.
Yeah, right down the road. Right down the road over here. You take Dixie Highway.
Yeah.
You're gonna go down 75 about 30 minutes. Get off Georgetown. You'll be all right. Take Cherry Blossom Way. Right on down there. Yeah.
Take 2 lefts. You'll see a left hook rock.
That's
over
right.
Over by the creek over there.
You'll see Country Boy Brewing out in the middle of nowhere. You're going to go past that.
The horse stables and stuff like that are out there are palatial. And we have the Kentucky Derby, obviously, and all that, but like the Sheiks own land and barns out there, and it is breathtaking. You guys got cornfields and flat land. We got rolling hills and just anytime you want to just experience some.
Fuck yeah, I would love to go to Kentucky. I haven't been to Kentucky in a while. Like, I was telling Mike before we did this podcast. I used to go to Larry D's all the time, and I would drive from Dayton to like Lexington, and just like the cut roads and like all the horse stables and all the horse barns and you see all these like beautiful horses and you just don't think about it and you're like, damn man, this Kentucky's beautiful.
Dude, that's the thing. The Airbnb business in Lexington and Georgetown is ridiculous.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my God. Like all the people that like inherited farms from their families and stuff that like don't live there, man, they rent those places out to like bachelor parties and all kinds of stuff. It's wild.
I'll tell you how bad the hype is. My wife went to the Buffalo Trace Distillery this morning to get me a couple bottles. Tuesday morning at 9 a.m., there was a line almost a mile long to get in the door.
You're kidding.
On a Tuesday morning.
Dude, our liquor stores here can't even keep it on the shelf.
Yeah.
They have like limit one stickers and people still will come in and buy it. It's wild.
But luckily.
My God. That's crazy.
Anyway,
awesome.
Sorry.
It's
not a whiskey show. It's a wrestling show.
Well, it's kind of a whiskey show.
It's definitely a whiskey show, dude.
Right. All right, man. Well, we appreciate you coming on here. Hope to see you soon at the show. So let us know your schedule and all that. And obviously, you're welcome back on anytime.
Yeah, let's get on and shoot the crap again.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You want to bring some friends with you, by all means.
Hey, I got 2 that would totally want to do this. So,
dude, yes, please. That would be awesome.
Eric just gotta ding.
Book it.
Yeah. Book it, please.
Book it, please.
Well, yeah, man. Thank you again for coming on. This has been awesome. Love having you on. As always, we are the DWO Podcast. I've been Big Rig Eric Maffey. He has been Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin. The One Called Manders. Thank you so much for coming on, sir. And Michael, you got anything else there, big dog?
Kids, be nice to your mom.
Always.
Be nice to your mom, guys.
That's right.
You heard
Top
it.
dads out.
Dad, World War.